right, Matias versus Keychron. I've used both of these keyboards for quite a while now, and I'm going to share with you guys which one I think is the better keyboard. Stick with me to the end of this video to see which one comes out on top. I'm Corey, the channel is called What the Tech, and without further ado, let's start out with a listen on what it sounds like to type on each. So, start with the K1. Now let's go with the Matias. Way different, right? Correct. That is because the Matias uses chicklet style keys, whereas the K1 uses mechanical switches. Other than that major difference, they both boast a lot of the same features. For example, they both have an aluminum deck. They are both wireless and Bluetooth capable. They both feature an ultra slim design. Let's hold them up so you can see. Check out the slimness on these keyboards. Very nice, very sleek. And they are both backlit. Both of these keyboards can connect with Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, whatever device you have, it'll pair to it. So since these keyboards have a lot of the same features, aside from the typing experience, let's compare them and see how the features stack up against each other. Let's start out with the design. Both keyboards are obviously very stylish, very sleek, and design is subjective, so really it's up to you, but technically the Matias is a little bit slimmer, but I do enjoy what the K1 has been able to do with these thin mechanical switches, and I really like the way they kind of look like they're floating off the keyboard. I don't know if you can see that. Now, since they both look amazing, I think they both get a point in this category. Next feature, connectivity. The Matias can pair with up to 4 devices. The K1 can only do 3 devices. The Matias has dedicated buttons for each one of those devices. The K1 has a combo press where you need to hold the function and hit the 1, 2, or 3 key. The Matias, pressing these buttons to switch between your devices was flawless. It worked every time, no issue. The K1 had a couple of issues trying to reach your device and connecting with it. It worked fine, but it took some getting used to. So for that reason, the point goes to the Matias for connectivity. Backlight. Now this is where the K1 backlight shines, pun intended. The Matias backlight is fine, but the Keychron backlight can do everything that the Matias backlight can do and more. For example, the RGB lighting. Now this has 18 different types of RGB lighting. To be honest, I was never a fan of RGB lighting. I find it to be a little bit gimmicky with all the different light patterns, but if I'm gonna be totally honest, I did catch myself enjoying the light show from time to time. And it was nice to have the opportunity to play around with some of the different solid types of colors and have the option of switching up the color depending on what mood you're in. That was kind of cool. I didn't realize I liked that until I tried it. So nonetheless, the backlight point goes to the K1. Now, speaking of backlight, that is a good segue into battery. Backlight is a big battery killer. The Matias has a 45,000 milliamp hour battery with a second dedicated battery just for the backlight. The K1 only has a 2,000 milliamp hour battery, that's it. So this is kind of a no contest. The battery on this beast is a lot better, more than twice as good as the K1, so the point for battery goes to the Matias. Now, the biggest feature, in my opinion, is typing experience. So let's start with the Matias. The Matias typing experience, it kind of feels like the older MacBooks. I have a 2011 MacBook, and it's got similar travel, similar key press feeling as that MacBook. If you have one of those, then you'll know what I'm talking about. It's nice to type on, it's fun to type on, and it's great. It's exactly as advertised. But I was in the market for a mechanical style keyboard, which has more key travel and it's more tactile feeling in terms of typing. So I tried this and I was very excited, but I was disappointed. Long story short, the keys are too sensitive. It does not type as advertised. And when typing on it for longer periods of time, there's just too many errors, it's too sensitive, it's not productive at all. So the typing experience point goes to the Matias. All right, so cost, this is simple. This one cost $140 US. This one, the K1, cost $95 US. So obviously the K1 is the cheaper of the two, coming in at a lower price point. The price point goes to the K1. So the final score is 4-2 for the Matias. Now you gotta factor in that this one, the K1, is $45 cheaper, all right? Yes, the Matias outperforms the K1 in each category slightly, but the K1 still works fine. It just takes some getting used to. So if you want to save 45 bucks and you don't do a lot of typing, or you just do a little bit of web browsing, whatever, then the K1 is a good option. But if you want the best of the best in all the features, then the Matias is the one to go for. The connectivity was flawless. You can pair up to 4 devices. The typing style is just fine. It's exactly as advertised, and it has a super long battery. So that's up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just make sure you subscribe because Keychron is coming out with the K2, which you can customize your key switches. I'm very excited to try that one out. I will be sending both of these back and ordering that one. Make sure you subscribe and click notifications so you can be notified when that video comes out. All right, have a great day.